we can't find any wire. I think wireless technology was invented by them. You also know that your employees are still going through bad time. Some of them are struggling, and if you don't help them, they got nowhere to go because the husband is gambling away, they run a credit card debt, they got no one to turn to, and you're not in touch with them, they will start pocketing money. Is it their fault? It's your fault. You never check on them. So it's good to, you know, bring in financial advisor to guide them. That's what I do. I pay financial advisor to give personalized counseling for our staff. And there are people who got in trouble, we give them hope. We sometimes give wishes to our staff. The girl sitting down there got the Canon 5D Mark II camera finally. And we know, our office, we try to fund, our conference table is actually this table. We just put two nice laminated top and then no meeting. After meeting, we sign a good deal, take out, and then we play table tennis and purposely lose to a customer. We have our own video studio where we have all kinds of fun videos. We have a massage chair in the office, table soccer and so on. And I believe that work must be fun. You go to your office for 8 hours, pull long face, your boss long face, you long face, you scared, I scared, go toilet also must see his face. For what? If you enjoy your work, you have fun, you're passionate about it, trust me, okay? The bottom line will take care of itself. Before I end this slide, please.
Speech. I thought his ability to capture an audience's imagination was exemplary. I think his the history of himself, his openness, his transparency, his sense of humour, and the advice that he gave to teachers is very important. And that advice you'd like to think teachers would and school leaders would share with their children. If you get knocked down, you pick yourself up. You know, if you get knocked down again, you pick yourself up again, and you keep rubbing yourself off until eventually you make it through. I thought it was a good speech. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it had some good information in there, and I know the audience enjoyed it.
Also found Dr. Lau very, very amusing, but I love people who present from the heart, because I think that really the future of anything, education, anything really, is about being able to touch your heart and being able to be proud enough of your failures to be able to talk about them with the entire world. I think we hear and see a lot about people being successful, but we have absolutely no idea how they attain that success.
A successful event is where you actually feel the energy level of the hall being very high. There's a lot of laughter, yet in between the laughter, like what Dr. Low did, was a lot of serious thoughts and reflections. And I think that's a big takeaway.
For the doctor's presentation, I must say he's very witty, very passionate about what he's doing. And one thing I like about his presentation is that he talks about integrity. To be able to fulfill your integrity and not to let people down, I think it's a very important attribute of a person, and also at the same time having that lecture in the afternoon is not easy, but he's able to interject us and give us a lot of energy because of his very interesting and funny stories. So I really enjoy coming, and no regrets.
What I value was the authentic nature of his sharing. That being the letter A, his authentic, is genuine and very credible. And I think he shares the essence of it without even having any kind of camouflage. The other thing was he being very true to himself, and I found that very credible. What's more, I think I value a lot his being very candid in his sharing. And I think that brings a lot of credibility to what he has said. I would say that a lot of insights I've learned today from the sharing of Dr. Low.
People like Dr. Low Lee Yong, I think he's one speaker that, has left a deep impression with a lot of audience, judging at the responses from the audience that I talked to. If you notice his speech, he is somewhat an unconventional person, because my takeaway from his speech is that he's someone who is very real, very original, I would say, very original, and of course very humorous. And one thing I always tell him, that Dr. Low, your joke really carries a lot of substance. It's something whereby, we have to think, not just listening on it, but after that we still have to digest. Wow, Dr. Low, I can't wait to, invite you again for our next event.
Get connected with Dr. Low Lee Yong.